Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new episode of the Spfl show, up to episode 14 I believe, and as you can see it's not just me this week, so you're welcome for that because that was brutal last week.
I'm sorry, my condolences.
Apologies, I think we'll all have to take a wee slap the cheek there, but
it's alright, at least you two are here this week and like that wank tissue. Where is it?
I don't know, it's probably, don't need to answer it.
You got the image there and it was disgusting. Anyway, as you can see, the boys are back, so we'll give you a wee introduction just in case you are new around here. And for that, sharpdiv, telling people where you are.
I'm not telling you my exact location because I don't know who's watching, but youtube.com/sharpdiv. I'm sharpdiv, and I'm just pretty much a wee idiot that talks about the football.
The football, that's right indeed. And you've obviously got Ryan Mummonate. I look forward to Hibs feeds comments this week.
Oh, I know they're going to be flat.
We must send our apologies to him, by the way. It's coming soon. Ryan is just one of the worst guys to get a holiday.
Excuse me. I mean, I was going to use the same thing saying I'm also an idiot that talks about the football.
Ryan's frozen.
They can't see my camera.
Have we froze? Have we got technical issues? I thought.
Have we got technical difficulties?
CJ looks like a Gogsy pixel to me.
I can confirm that CJ is here, but that is weird. I'm going to go on the stream right now and
see if he's all right. I'll keep
and see if CJ has, is actually there. That's quite weird.
I just love how within seconds of being part of the live stream, the comment section. Here we go.
Can see you now, CJ. Can you see me now? Right, CJ, you are alive and well, mate.
Oh, good.
The chat.
Sorry, lads. Just vanished in all
can you hear CJ though? I cannot hear CJ saying a word.
What is happening here?
God knows. This is fun, isn't it? Welcome to the SPFL.
Ryan.
I can hear you, Ryan. I can see you. I can hear CJ. I can see him. I can see the chat.
Can you see me now?
I can see a frozen version of CJ on the screen.
Right.
What the hell?
Everyone's just saying it's not really working, so I don't know what's going on. Should we end the stream and try it again? What should we do? Should we just keep rolling?
I mean...
No, wait, CJ, you're moving again, son. That's you. Hello.
Is that us, son?
You're back now.
Are we all good?
Back for the dead. I think that's us. I mean, they don't have this problem on BT Sport, do they?
I mean, they've got hundreds of millions of pounds, you know what I mean?
Perfect. I don't know what's going on, right? Let's just carry on with the show anyway, right?
You look like you're a bit pixely, but do you know what? I'm sure you'll pull through as the show moves on.
A bit pixely.
A
little bit Gogsy-ish.
A bit Gogsy-ish, yes.
Can I just say we are now 3 minutes in and we've not even talked about one single game. That's
not one single game.
We've not even talked about football.
None at all. We asked you to come in to talk about the football and we just flipped it.
That's what I used to have done the show yourself again, CJ.
It was better. Anyway, right, let's jump into the very first game then. We'll go with yourself then, Mr. Sharpdiv. What game would you
Absolutely.
Like I know who you're going to talk. I know what you're going to talk about.
Everybody's probably already wanting us to talk about the football and get right into the nitty-gritty, get exciting games done and stuff. But as everybody knows, I just start off with the worst one. So let's get out of the way. It's Livingston 0, Hamilton 0. Now, I don't actually have a lot of notes for this, really. Just one of the moments that really, really stood out for me that I thought was absolutely hilarious. CJ just changed. It's bloody Inception. What is happening here? What the hell? CJ, you went from one camera to the other, bro. What the hell happened there?
Did he? He's on the same bit for me.
Mate, this is a madness. What is happening? Right? Gogsy has hacked the chat, I think. What's happening? This is the weirdest day of my life. The absolute weirdest day of my bloody life. But anyway, there was a moment in the Livingston and Hamilton game that I'm pretty sure you guys would have saw. But the Hamilton, I thought Livingston actually ruined a good few chances. They probably should have been the team that won this match. But there was a moment where the Hamilton defender gets the ball. There's nobody anywhere near him. And he just misses the ball completely. Did you guys see that?
It's one of the moments that just, sums up a lot. Really
I don't want to say it sums up Scottish football.
No,
right?
I wouldn't say it sums up Scottish football.
It kind of sums up Scottish football.
It sums up the fact that it's a good laugh up here,
Aye, it is.
Let's not let it capture the quality of a league, but
I'm actually just baffled that is possible at this level because these guys are professional and he's just missing the ball completely. Well, aye.
Yeah, well.
I thought that was very comical. The other big moment in the game as well, I thought that there should have been a penalty to Livingston.
Yep.
The reason why I thought this is because his hand moves towards the ball. So what's your guys' opinions on that, lads?
Yeah, I'll go first, mate, then I'll pass it to you, Ryan. For me, it's 100% a penalty. It's just pretty much the exact same reason you. His hand's actually going forward. It's not as if it's gone down. He's trying to. It goes like that. It's a clear penalty kick. Ryan, what about you, mate?
I can't disagree with any of the two statements. There's not much more I can add to it. Looks like a penalty. Probably was a penalty. Shame it wasn't a penalty.
Crap referees.
It wasn't factually a penalty because they never gave it, but it should have been 100%, I think. If only Gogsy was here to give his technical referee back, that'd have been great.
Another one as well. Some people saying, the one Liverpool Livy fan that sent me this on Twitter saying the ball looked like it was in. He's all kidding the one I'm talking about, the set piece, right? So I can't see for the angle, right? I don't know if this is in, but apparently he's out of the ground and he says it was over the line. What did you guys think? Goal.
Provide me an angle which I can easily tell from, then I'll give you a definitive answer. But from the angle that was provided, for me, it did not look as though it was in. In my opinion, that's just a simple and blunt way to put it. If you produce a side-on angle and I can see if it's the line or no, I'll change my mind. Different when you're in the ground, I suppose.
Exactly.
I definitely agree with that, but I just love the fact that we're actually taking like a source from the match, like sourcing a guy.
It's like Sky Sports. He's our analyst.
It was definitely the line, guys, and we've just to quote him and take his word for it. The fact that we can't just have a definitive answer whether it was over the line or no in this day and age is still a bit mental. But for my angle, I thought it was near the line, and by the reaction of some of the players as well, kind of showed that. I thought.
Me and Ryan, we've got this thing we talk about every week. What's going to be the 0-0 game? What is the 0 game? And this perfectly sums up our 0. It was just dire. I mean, I think the perfect way I've got it like summarised here is Dykes spends about 70% of the match holding his hand up in the majority of the space and not getting one ball kicked on. That sums up the entire match. It just wasn't involved. It couldn't get involved at all. Ryan, anything you want to say about the game?
The way I was going to summarise the game, and the main thing that I wrote down in my notes was, it was really scraping the bottom of the barrel for highlights. It was an absolute stinker. And
I guess I'll throw in at one point.
There's one every week. There's got to be one, and this was the. I think this. We talk about the 0-0 of the week. This could be the 0-0 of the season.
Yeah,
it was that bad. It's just had 0-0 written all over it, and both teams need to improve moving forward because it was a poor. I mean, on one side you've got Livingston who done nothing, on the other side you've got Hamilton who didn't take chances. You've got Livingston who never took chances. You've got Hamilton who done nothing. I mean, that the example of the player falling, the defender slipping right his arse. Livy should have went for that and scored. It was a good save for the keeper, but they should be taking those chances. It was just an overall poor game, as I said, scraping the bottom of the barrel for the highlights.
Hamilton will take that though.
They'll definitely. Well, that's kind of like what their entire game plan is. But looking at Livingston, their last win now was that win versus Celtic. They dominated, and everyone was talking about Livingston because they were on that fantastic run of form. They just beat Celtic at home. It was like, is this going to be when they start? They've not won now. What's it, 10, 11 matches? Like that?
I think that was the 10th match.
That worry signs are starting to look for Livingston because they're just not getting Dykes involved enough, and they're not taking their chances, even though they are kind of half creating them, like you said there, Ryan, but just couldn't hit a Bandor with a shotgun. But anyway, let's move on to the next game, and we'll go to yourself then, Ryan, 1 minute. Which game would you like to talk about next time?
Right, I am going to head over to Easter Road. We'll go for Hibs. Kilmarnock. You seen that one coming in that predictable?
Aye.
Surely no.
As predictable.
Second game in charge for Jack Ross, and I believe it was his first game at Easter Road as well. A chance for Hibs to, get a little bit of run started. It could have been 2 straight wins, but 2-0 up, throwing away what looked to be a surefire win. Look, Kilmarnock, the way I put it at first goal, what is the goalkeeping about? What is happening there for the first Hibs goal? Doidge claims it. I don't know if he has the right to claim it.
Did it not remind you of Maradona's goal versus England?
The hand of God situation. It really does. This game for me was a tale of very, very poor defending. I've got that wrote for me, especially Hibs should be really disappointed because I thought they set up well. They were doing well up until they were up 2-0, and then when it comes to the 2-2 goal, when it comes to the last, it's like the last kick of the ball, but for the Hibs defending so early, the man's open. And you're 2-1 up in the 94th minute of a game. You should be tight to your man. You should not be giving them an inch of opportunity. I think just a sense of overthinking came in, and it was a real kind of, it looked a lot like the Heckingbottom side. I think they were panicking. They were getting way over themselves. And they threw away what should have been a win after going up 2-0.
And it would have been a really good one as well.
It would have been a very good win. Jack Ross hasn't started poorly, got a win against St Mirren. I guess it's a point here against a Kilmarnock side who haven't been bad this season, and they've been better than Hibs as well. But it's a real, kick yourself in the arse after throwing away a home 2-0 lead.
Someone actually brings up Hibs being really poor at home, and something I noticed as soon as that first goal went in for Kilmarnock, it was almost like the crowd had just turned from being really excited to be behind their team to every single person in the stadium was shiting themselves. So every single pass, every single movement by a Hibs player was groaned, was hanging, because they were all nervous, and it just seems like there's something wrong there. Like, as soon as the first goal went in, it was almost like, right, we're fucked it. It was almost like it was 2-2 already for there, and I was very, very disappointed for a Jack Ross side to give it away that so cleanly. Like, it was just embarrassing. As soon as it went 2-1, they just went, right, come and take it for us. And the defending is shocking for both the goals. I'm very, very disappointed. What did you see though, Div?
Up until the 2-0, I thought that they were doing really well. They were cruising it. Kilmarnock had a couple chances, but I just thought Kimberry and Doidge were just doing really, really well. They're two guys.
Confuses me.
This is Scottish football, honestly. There can be 1 minute where there's two guys that you think they are down and out, and then the next minute, Kimberry's running about, and technically he looks brilliant right now. He looks fully fit, and he's just making stuff happen for Hibs, and then Doidge just scoring goals as well, which I think that's him now on about 4 or 5 goals.
I know, just for somebody who is slated so much.
That just sounds insane, but he's getting goals. It went 2-0, but I think it just does underlie that Hibs do need to add a wee bit more quality to their team in order to be a top team within the division, because they go 2-0 up, and top teams within this division don't give that up, especially at home. And as he says, there is just this, I don't know if it's just something in their heads right now, where if they are at home, this isn't the first time, obviously, it's happened. It happened with Ross County as well, earlier in the season, where they're in a winning position and they end up drawing the match. But all in all, I think Hibs fans will probably be relatively happy with the job that Ross has done since he went in. It's 3 games unbeaten, and I think that their players are playing a wee bit better. The strikers, the midfielders have been doing no bad all season, like Allen, but the strikers have just been non-existent. But they're now coming out of the game, they're getting goals. I do still think they probably need a new one though.
I think just like this Hibs team as well, they need someone with a bit of steel, like, because they've got the creative players. They've got like Big Hoagie on the one side, you've got Malin, you've got Allen, you've got Kimberry, you've got new Big Deutsch, all that up top. So you've got players that can score goals, but where's the guy in the middle of the park? It's just going to absolutely run through it. And when the team is building up, who's going to do the challenges? Who's going to win the ball? Who's going to calm it down? I'm not seeing that for Hibs, and I think obviously you can't really blame Jack Ross for that. He's walked into that. It's going to be very interesting to see who he brings in, but I think they just need someone like a Ryan Jack type just to calm it down. Maybe even a Scott Brown type for yourself there, Ryan. Whatever makes you happy, but just someone in the middle of the park just to nail someone when it needs to be nailed, calm everyone down, and just scream. Where's the leader in this Hibs team? I'm not seeing it at all.
No, I don't see it either, but probably one of the players that they do have, it's kind of similar to that, is Slivka. I'll probably butcher his name.
Slivka.
Slivka. He's probably one of the closest that they've got to that type of player. I remember last season as well, they had Marvin Bartley, who's now at Livingston. I was quite surprised. He's a solid player. He's not incredible, but he's everything that you kind of described there, and I thought it was a bit a strange one letting him go so easily, even if he was just there for backup. But maybe that is something that Ross needs to look into in the January transfer window. I'm sure he will. He'll revitalise it, I'm sure. I'm positive.
Oh, definitely. I think he's a cracking manager. I mean, they've done the job. Hibs have went and done the right job there. You've got Hearts who's fanning about who we'll speak about, but Hibs have done the right thing, and I think it's a start of a project now for Hibs, and you'll see that turn around. But very briefly, I'm seeing a lot of comments asking Glenn Middleton, because obviously Jack Ross has been spoken about Glenn Middleton, how good and highly rates him. Apparently, like, Glenn Middleton's, because he was never getting used, barely getting played, he's very far off the fitness, so it's going to take him a while to get match fit, but we should see Glenn Middleton play for Jack Ross very, very soon. So that's answering that in the comments. As Ryan connection just absolutely died there. See what happens there as soon as Hibs are done.
I know what happened. I know what's happened. because on the stream the live chat comes up on the right hand side. He's done what I done the last time.
Oh,
disappeared, and he's tried. Then he's back. Watch this.
There we go. I was like, I couldn't take it any longer. Every 3 seconds, CJ was just freezing and cutting out for me. I couldn't hear a word he was saying. That's why I've been sitting in silence all the time, because CJ's gone on this big long point.
I'm going to start doing it every week then.
And I don't know,
man. This is weird.
I don't know a word CJ's saying. So I'm sitting here just staring at Div like that.
Thanks, mate.
That's all I've been able to do. But I'm back. Don't worry, we're alive.
Welcome back, mate. I don't know what the problem is, by the way. I do apologise for anyone watching if there is anything wrong with the streams. It's fine. And then Brian's just shouting.
It just keeps happening. Keep going. Just let's go, lads. Let's move onwards.
Something's happening here. By the way,
what you gonna do like next
week?
Honestly. Okay, what's going on? Like, he doesn't even hear nothing.
Right. What you're going to need to do is turn it off and then back on, mate. And then
turn it off and then back on. Okay.
That'd be great.
There we are. Fantastic. Right, let's move on to the next game, Devon. I'll actually speak about Aberdeen, not only because we are playing them very, very soon, but they're playing a team that I'm actually been very impressed with this year, St Mirren, by the way that they play football. Now, if you watch the first couple of seconds of this game, if you've actually seen it, that sums up everything you need to know about St Mirren, because you get beautiful build-up, nice little one-touch, a nice little chip in behind the defence, followed by a miss and not taking the chance. If you want to sum up St Mirren, that's it. They're trying to play football the right way. Sometimes it connects, but they didn't have a goal scorer, and it continues to bite them in the arse. And I feel kind of bad for them because they are playing nice stuff, but everything I just said, you flip that and you look at this Aberdeen side. Cosgrove, half chance, buries it. Top bin, goal. That's the difference. You get a goal scorer like Cosgrove, he is always going to be the difference maker every single game. Yes, St Mirren did have their chances, but again, you could argue Aberdeen did as well. But I want to talk about some of the other things that happened in the game, because the St Mirren equaliser, did you all see this?
Seen it, mate, yeah. Very happy, yeah.
Oh, the attacker actually misses the ball. He actually completely mishits it, but it hits the back of his stud and it goes in. And I love the fact he's like, aye, like he meant that. No, you never, mate. Okay, that was not a skilled finish.
Slice of luck.
It's the most St Mirren thing you'll see, yeah. Exactly.
Beautiful build-up, screwed up finish, but for once, that did actually find its way into the back of net. I thought McGinn's goal, sorry, Ryan, not that McGinn, was a very, very good finish. Chipping it up and then behind the goalkeeper. But the big talking point that's been everywhere is going to be the penalty. I think this one should be pretty easy, but was it a penalty for you, Div?
You've just put me under all sorts of pressure.
No, that's it. Like, you say it should be pretty easy. I'm glad I was picked first.
I've got it as a penalty.
Right? Definitely. It's just because the Joe was kicking his leg out.
Just the way you put that, I was like, if I missed something here, because I did like watch it and then rewatch it and then kind of rewatch it again, because I was thinking to myself,
I think I watched
if I missed something
here.
All right, Ryan, you don't need to win everything. Jesus Christ, pal.
You love the number 5.
Such a competitor, you know. But anyway,
I bet the first couple of times I can't make you mean, because it looks like he jumps out the way, but the one angle in the replay it shows you he actually kicks his foot out and catches the boy in the knee, and I think that is the definitive one. That's the one for me.
That's what I saw on the third time we watching it,
like that.
And I thought it was a penalty every time, but it was. I didn't see the collision of the legs until the third time I watched it. So it was a great call for the referee. You've got to give credit where credit's due. But the only thing I need to put forward for that as well is exactly what you just put in the chat there. Should he not been sent off then? Because the St Mirren striker's through and goal. I know there was a recovering centre back, but I just don't think he's getting there before the St Mirren striker. I think he is tapping that in the net. So I think that Lewis should have been put off for that.
Well, you've kind of took my note right off me there, mate, because that's my next question for you. Should he have been sent off? Like you said, with the covering, but I think the guy only covers once the attacker's been absolutely wiped on his arm.
Definitely.
Like, I think if that boy's able to recover that and doesn't get like he's through, that's a tap-in. Ryan, what do you think though about Lewis should have been sent off, or is it the double jeopardy rule that hangs in English football? Can they get both now?
Like the last man and all that.
Oh, that's dumb though. I think
that next thing. Yeah. It's so it took me a good few times to decide if it was a penalty. Yeah.
Oh, I think
Ryan just keeps dying, man. Honestly.
Yeah, it's Ryan's connection this week.
What is happening to me this week? Like, what is happening?
You might need to restart your router, mate, and come back in.
I have no idea what's happening.
Ryan's Moz doing the stair going off, on, and watching the stream and just howling.
I'll try and finish my point before I need to get forced to finish it out. I think he went down like a sack of spuds. I did say it's a penalty though after a good few times of watching. If it is that situation, it is a red card on it. Like that is, it's got to. I mean, I think it would have been a very light looking red card. I don't feel like there was an awful lot there to deserve a red, but it's just the whole rule about last man, blah blah blah, through and goal. It has to be red. But it was a very dodgy one to say.
And then the thing is, he gets up and then he makes a double save, and you're just like,
unbelievable save, and that's like even a kick in the. That just sums up St Mirren's luck.
I know, but he should have been off. He should have been off ski, so he shouldn't even have been there to do that. It should have been 2-2, or he should have been off, and there should have been somebody else in goals. Considine probably that wanted in because he probably thought he deserved to be in front of the number 2 or whatever.
Big man, let's be fair. The way he's playing the now, but I just feel a wee bit like I've got a wee bit of soft touch now for St Mirren just because obviously I'm seeing them play good, but it just seems like everything that can go wrong for them just goes wrong, and that like Joe Lewis should be sent off. The fact that he isn't sent off, he then makes a penalty save and then an unbelievable reaction save to keep out, sums up everything. But again, he is a fantastic goalkeeper. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and he has been for a long time, and he proves his worth. So that's a very, very important win for Aberdeen, especially with Rangers coming to time. But how do you feel about Aberdeen so far this season, Ryan? Are they starting now? Because they're starting to pick up wins. Derek McInnes has talked about that. He's warning Rangers that this isn't going to be like the last time we played them, blah, blah, blah. How are you feeling about Aberdeen? Are they ready?
I think Aberdeen have picked up big time from where they were a couple of months ago. There's no denying that. The form has improved. I think they just look better in the park. I think McInnes has sorted out a lot of problems that were there for a very large portion of the opening to the season. However, I don't think Rangers are going to overly struggle against them this week. Yes, it's a tough game. I do think that there will be a challenge there. It's not easy just to go up to Pittodrie and walk out with 3 points, blah, blah, blah. But Rangers, I think it's still an Aberdeen side, which is a long way away from being anywhere near a struggle for Celtic or Rangers. And I think that'll be proven again this week. I don't think that Rangers will be threatened by any means, and they are improving. There's no denying that, but I still think they lack the kind of. Maybe it's more because they've got a great striker on Cosgrove, fantastic striker. He's scoring goals, so maybe it's more.
I've got an opinion on Cosgrove, but I'm not getting it for another 12 months.
I'll let you get in 12 months then.
Keep it a secret until then. Maybe
it's defensively. I don't know. It's just that wee thing there that I think just got to keep them behind us too. But they have improved.
Yeah, definitely. Just to finish up as well, I think the perfect way to summarise that game is if Aberdeen gives Rangers that space, Ryan, and the amount of chances they gave St Mirren, I think it will be very, very different. Exactly. So we're going to have to tighten that.
Like if you're letting Morelos and Kent and anybody really in that attacking flurry of players that Rangers have, the amount of space and time that the St Mirren players got at points, there's a big difference between the finishing ability of Alfredo Morelos and anybody at St Mirren. So
you tried your best to think of that striker's name and none came to your mind.
Any player at St Mirren is what I was going to say, CJ.
Aye, okay. To back up your point there, mate, St Mirren honestly had 4 opportunities on goal, 5 yards inside the box with not one person near them, and they hit the volley over the bar. They missed the header, they missed the tap-in. It's just one of them. But anyway, we move on to the next game, and it's back to yourself, Mr. Sharpdiv.
Let's do it. I was hoping that Gogsy would be here for this one, but anyway, Motherwell 4, St Johnstone 0. St Johnstone, very poor. Just couldn't win a header. There was a couple of headed goals that they conceded. They were setting to every ball, third to every second ball. They just weren't at the races. They haven't been probably all season. It's the reason why they're bottom of the league. But Motherwell were rampant and they get back to winning ways. 4-0. I thought Devante Cole had a very strong performance. He's a player who has had a lot of promise in his early career. He's made the switch up here. He was a bit slow in getting started, but now he's starting to score some goals. He could be the striker that I think Motherwell have been needing to just finish off that wee puzzle that they've got. That's pretty much how the game went. And my question to you guys is, do you think that they will finish above Aberdeen because they're only 3 points off? And what do you think about that?
Absolutely not. I think in the long run, Aberdeen will remain better off.
The difference.
Is it because is Cosgrove? Is he the difference there?
1,000%. If Aberdeen lose Cosgrove, I'm changing my answer. But you struggle in Scottish football to get a striker like that, and obviously I'm not saying he's like as good as Morelos, because obviously that's not true. But he's up there and he's scoring week in and week out, and it's all different types of goals. It's left foot, it's right foot, it's with the heat, it's penalties. He can do it also. He's the difference maker, in my opinion. What about you, Ryan?
I think over the course of the season, I don't think I rate Stephen Robinson, I rate Motherwell. I think they've got a good team, but over the course of the next 6-7 months, I don't see them holding out to be above Aberdeen. If they do, fair play. It's not a million miles away, but I just think Aberdeen will finish above them.
I just want to mention as well, when you said Cole there, Div, because I know you were speaking up, especially at the start of the season, he didn't have to get some height for that first goal. I don't think that's he's honestly nearly cleared the defender. See, when you look at it back, by the time he headers it, his knees are basically at the defender's head. It's a phenomenal leap. And the one thing we'll say is Motherwell played very, very like Livingston. Every other goal was a set piece. Every other. I was like, take it. Am I watching the wrong colour in yellow? What's going on here?
I think with St Johnstone, it's a very, kind of 1 step forward, 2 steps back sort of situation. 5 steps back. I mean, like they won 2 in a row. Things are looking up now. That's 3 games without a win.
Do you mean
They looked to be pulling something back, and it just went. And a 4-0 loss to Motherwell is not a great sign for the future.
Yeah, I think the perfect summary, and I feel really bad because Jason Holt's there, but he's standing in the middle of the park, and at one point during the highlights, you actually see him looking around does anybody want to fucking play football? Yes, and he's shouting at his players like, "Is anyone wanting to play?" I feel really bad for
my bold claim of the show. Devitt asked a big question. I think it is I know they're drawing in points. I think St Johnstone will be the automatic relegation this season.
You going for them?
I think so. I think at the start of the season, I don't think I had them anywhere near 12th, but now they look like they just.
It looks like they're down and out, didn't they? They're not getting any better, I don't think.
Which is a shame for Tommy Wright. After everything he's done, he's not getting the effort at his team. I feel like there's a big lack of effort, but he's done everything he can there. He deserves to be in. He deserves to remain in the league. I would like to see him stay in the Premiership with somebody. Some prodding that. I think Hearts is probably a team that suits him, very defensive.
Yeah.
But you know what, St Johnstone for me, I do think we're going to.
And just to kind of summarise back to what we said with Cosgrove, he scores goals and they're always going to get you points. Who's scoring goals for St Johnstone?
Stevie May.
Fucking hits off the back.
No, exactly.
Brutal, mate. But anyway, we'll move on to the next game. And Ryan, as you're in it, seems to be working now. Want to carry on to the next game, mate?
Right, well, I have the choice of 2. I could either save the best for last, or I could go for, not my team. So, do you know what? I've got to save the best for last for a change, and I'm going to go for now, Hearts versus Rangers. The game. So, I don't know if you two want to introduce this.
On you go, mate. You wanted to talk about Rangers, so it's
on you go.
Right, let's talk about them. Where do you start? Number 1. This is the point I want to
where do you start?
Where do you start? There's a lot to talk about in this game, in all honesty. The main, for me, there's actually one thing that I want to talk about from this game, and it's why is Austin McPhee still at Hearts?
Oh, no idea, mate. No idea. He's not good enough to be there.
Why are we a month on? Nearly a month for Craig Levine's sacking. There's been an international break. 6 weeks. 6 weeks, so more than a month. Yeah. And they've still not replaced. They've not got a manager. They've not got somebody. And have they been talking to anybody? Because it doesn't seem like it. There's not been any talk anywhere. It was meant to be fucking Goggs's man. Well, no happening. Austin McPhee, the scariest looking man in the Scottish Premiership,
skinny guy,
still in charge of that team. That is the first thing I'd like to talk about. And for me, would they have still been mauled with Stephen Robinson in charge? Yes, probably. But Hearts are a state. Rangers, though, on the other hand, answering back strong to a big result, obviously, earlier in the day for Celtic, scoring 4 goals of their own. So 5 goals, a very, very big result for them. Morelos, I mean, what a goal scorer. Overall, you know what? There's no much. Hearts horrendous at the back. I think to keep it simple and let you go on. Hearts horrendous at the back. Rangers looking strong. Sending a message perhaps for the game this weekend, but I suppose we'll talk about that.
I don't even think that was really in our heads, to be honest with you. I think it was just a routine victory. I didn't think Rangers were great at all. Thought we were at about 50%, and that's how bad Hearts are, because we still pumped them into the ground. 5-0. The defensive back line, they play 3 at the back or 5 at the back, whatever way you want it to look like. But it looked like a 3 at the back for most of the time. And they're just letting Morelos run off. They're letting Kent run off. They're letting all these players run off. And an honourable mention to the man Scotty Arfield, who has had a very bad start to the season, tough start to that season. I thought he was brilliant. You could say Stephen Davis was better than him in the game. The maestro, he's always causing it. But I just thought I'd give him an honourable mention because he has had a very tough start to the season, had a lot of criticism. And I was really impressed with his passing ability in that game, the way he was able to ping them about. There was 4 or 5 beautiful passes that go to his end, down the right, down the left, through the middle, wherever he wanted to play it, to be honest, because they were that bad at the back. But I thought he was quality in the game. And Rangers were still only about 50%. Morelos, he was fucking, I don't know what he was doing. He was just doing what he wanted. He scored his goal and that was it. And then kind of took the rest of the game off. But it was one of those ones, wasn't it?
It was the fact, it was almost like Hearts just went, right, we'll put 8 at the back. That's it. That's what we'll do. But we'll know, like, say, all right, you mark him, we'll just put them there. We'll fucking put 8 there and we'll just leave it. Because that'll do it. Because we've got better. And he was good 3 seasons ago. You know what I mean?
13, like that.
Nah, a bit of that. But I've got to give credit as well to Rangers, because it can be frustrating playing against a team that's playing so utterly negative. But the 1-2s, the thing is, it was almost like, you know, like when you're kind of when you're like, right, I'll play good now, then I'll just calm down for a minute. And then they waited 5 minutes, went, right, let's play again.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
It was like self-motivation, like they were that bored in the game of football, like, do you want to do it? Right, we'll score annoying, right, and then we'll sit back and relax.
Exactly.
That's what it's exactly. It just seemed like that to me. And the Hearts team, like you saw them arguing with each other. You seen Berra having a word with Naismith, and he's shoving his arm away, and then them screaming at each other. And then the managers shouting something to Naismith, and Naismith's firing something back. The commentators referencing it. The thing's just gone round and round and round, and Hearts just look like an utter joke. The amount of wages they've spent as well is embarrassing that they're doing that.
They are an utter joke, and that's because of, I think, the incompetence of the board. Because Anne Budge came out after Levine was sacked, apparently. Is he sacked? I don't know. Is he still pulling the strings? I don't know.
It looks like
after that happened, she comes out and she's like, there's been high-profile managers that have came to the league before, obviously referencing Steven Gerrard, Brendan Rodgers and such. And then she just sits in her arse for 6 weeks and she gets Austin McPhee to take the team, who just doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know his arse for his elbow. He is playing Hickey after having subbed him at half-time the week previously, had an absolute nightmare. The boy gave him a break, and then they're letting Barisic roam down the left-hand side. They're letting Morelos peel off to Hickey, and then it's just a mismatch. It's a great leap for Morelos for his goal, but it's just a mismatch. And, you know, that could have happened 3, 4, 5 times if Rangers were really at the races, and it was a big game for Rangers and a tough game or whatever. That was a weak link there where the full team was, but that especially I thought was just dumb. And they're still playing that 3,000-year-old Glenn Whelan in the middle of the park. I think that's a crime, by the way.
Did you see him trying to catch up with Kent?
Dave, I think you'll find that is a name in this league. He's bringing money to the Scottish Premiership. That is a Premier League caliber player right there.
You know what? He's had a great career. He's played at a really high level. He still plays for Republic Ireland, and he might be better than Harry Cochrane at the moment, but that player's got so much potential. For me, if I'm a Hearts fan, I'm raging that he's not on that side. I'm raging that he's not at that club right now, to be honest. And they're just playing all these dinosaurs because it's not getting them anywhere. They're going to get relegated this year if they keep this up.
Unlike St Johnstone, I do have a bit of faith for Hearts, as hard as it seems. I have a little bit of faith for them. I think, honestly, if they are a Stephen Robinson away from, I think, getting a decent remainder of the season. Honestly, I think if you do, if Stephen I don't think he should go.
He's not going to go.
I don't even think he will, because if he was to go, I think it would have been done by now. I don't see why he would still have been at Motherwell. But I'm just saying, if they got a manager who is capable, somebody who is reputable, somebody who's done it. No one Alec McLeish, no a dinosaur, no somebody that's, But if they go to somebody like Stephen Robinson or somebody who I think there could be some faith in, they could have a decent 6 months to end the season. But they need to get it done. They have to get it done quick because they're waiting too long. Things are going to get worse. Morale is going to drop. Players are just, you can already see it. Players can't be asked at Hearts. They just don't want to play. They look terrible on that pitch.
I just want to. Oh, sorry, on you go, mate.
No, you go. See, I'm basically done anyway. On you go.
I just think because we obviously know Aaron because he's obviously he trains in that with the SYT, and he's obviously a big Hearts fan. He was putting a couple of things in, but this and this and this, but I just didn't want to hear excuses anymore. You see the wage budget. If they see the players that they've got, there's no excuses for them. They're absolute prima donna. And they're just shite.
At the start of the season, when I looked at the Hearts team, I predicted them for third in the table. I feel like
Hearts on Celtic.
You're funny. I predicted them third, and now look where they are. It is. There is no excuse. There's none. There's not a single excuse right now. But I do believe if they get the right man in, and I stress the right man at the helm of the club, I do see them having a decent 6 month end of the season because the quality is there. They just need somebody to steer the ship.
And I just thinking back just before we move on that, about what you said about Hickey there, about giving him a rest. He just looked absolutely defeated because not only did he get manhandled for the first goal, but if you remember, Ojo just ran, absolutely nailed him, took the ball off him, and created the fourth goal for Greg Stewart. And it reminds me a lot of like Ross McCrory when he first came into the Rangers team. And you think back to what Gerrard said about putting him in these situations where it was just negative, and he's had to rebuild Ross McCrory's mentality because it was so wrecked by the way he was handled like with Murray by putting him here. And that's where I kind of feel like where Hickey's gone because he's trying and he looks like he is trying, but he's surrounded by people, isn't he? And he's just, because the guy's trying, he seems to be involved in every goal. That's the sad part about it. It's obviously been conceded, and I just feel really bad for him because he is a good player, but he's just surrounded by absolute money merchants that just picking up a wage. I'd be furious if I was a Hearts fan.
I know. The setup, even for McPhee to go back to that, was just a nightmare. Rangers it was easy. It was a canter.
Do you know ahead of the game, Ryan, that they were talking about they were targeting a win and they were going to channel the 4-0 win versus Celtic because Austin McPhee, was in and around that dressing room before and they stopped Celtic's undefeated 67 games.
69 games.
Aye, something like that. Aye. He was in that dressing room and he knew the mentality it was needed. How naive is Anne Budge?
Was never. Well, that's a completely different rant. That's a bit.
Did he say me, Anne? Ryan shot yourself. Let's just.
Obviously, we need to mention the man Morelos as well because that's him now get 26 goals this season. Am I right? Was it 25?
Negre's goal scoring record is going to get smashed.
Of course. I think he's going to smash it. He's still got how many games? He's got several games.
As long as he stays fit, he's got average. He's got average chance.
He's on course for scoring about 45 goals this year. 40 plus goals. He's on course for that.
And just remember, he was missing a lot of games at the start because we were playing Defoe.
Oh, well, aye.
You man if he was playing every game.
Yes.
Obviously,
we always compare these guys. I'm not trying to, but he has played about 300 less minutes than your man Edward, and he's still been banging the goals in. It's it's sensational what he's doing at the moment. It's unbelievable. Jeff.
He is a goal scorer. There's no denying that. And
the last thing, I wouldn't feel right if we moved on for the Rangers game if it mentioned someone else who I think has been absolutely standing in a revelation, Bonabir Barisic. He was nutmegging the Hearts players. He was cutting inside and shooting with his right foot. Another world class. He was bullying them. Phenomenal for Barisic. But I just wanted to mention him very, very briefly there. But anyway, let's move on to the last game. And unfortunately, Devaniel, it comes to you.
The men from Dingwall, shall we say. It was Ryan's decision to keep this one to last. I thought it was a dreadful game. Ross County just sat in, didn't they? They did nothing. They were lucky to get a goal.
It was a bit of a scare when it was on each.
They lumped a ball into the box and it was poor defending for Celtic and they got a goal. But other than that, they done nothing in the match. They never looked like they tried to do much in the match and Celtic just done what they had to do. They took 3 points. Ryan Christie played really well. He overtook Edward in goals for the season as well, which is mental. Just showing how good a season he's having as well. And it was one of the ones as well where it was just routine.
But before Ryan comes in and like finishes this off, because he's going to give us a lot more information on the game, I just want to say the one thing I've got right about my prediction video this year is I said Ryan Christie was going to be Celtic's Player of the Year. I called that. That's the only thing I've got in that entire
We've still
thing.
got 6 months to go, but right now you're on.
Come on, no one's close to him. Who's close to him?
No, there's nobody close to him at the moment.
No, I tell you, well, you know, there's still, I think Edouard could be up there at the end of the season.
He will be up there, but I don't think he's on the same level as him right now.
I think Christie is. Yeah, Christie is a standard.
He's your man when you're wanting something to go right for you. He's your man. He's the guy.
And it's so just. It's like this is his first that came at the end of this month was.
Celtic fans hated him.
His first. This is as we say, like this coming at the end of this month was his first kind of year in the team, like full first year, and to watch the development of him from last November to this November. It's outrageous, fantastic development. He's developed into one of the arguably the best number 10 in the league. He's a cracking wee player, and he's still got a long way to go as well. So nothing but positives for Ryan Christie. I
just want to say as well, for his second goal, he takes it very, very well. But can we ask what the hell Ross County was doing with that defending? The centre half strolls up to the middle of the park, goes, they've partied like the Red Sea. I'm just going to pass the ball really slowly. And the Ross County players, you get him. And it's a good finish, but the defending was pig shit for Ross County, and they need to tighten that up because they built themselves on last year in the Championship was a tight defence. It's unravelled after the first couple of weeks, and they look terrible at the back. They need a leader at the back. I'm very, very disappointed. Ryan, I'll let you give you the rest of the game here, but I was very disappointed in the defence for Ross County.
As you know, as Div said, routine. That is the main word to talk about when coming to this game. There was not a lot to it. You know, we took our chances. We scored 4 goals. We had to get it done. Losing a goal, obviously, disappointing. The main takeaway for this game for me is the fact that we done it with a Celtic side which has got your low fitness at the minute. This is probably the worst time that we've had when it comes to options. You know, we're playing Lewis Morgan up front.
You had Griffiths on the bench if you really want to.
Griffiths up front. He's not up to, he's not up to speed yet. He's probably...
calls him a £20 million man.
Well, we've got, we're playing Lewis Morgan up front. El Yunusi is out. We've got a left back. Fantastic. I think Greg Taylor, one of the takeaways for the game. Greg Taylor was, I think, terrific. I thought it was fantastic.
I mean, he was the best left back in the country last year, so that shouldn't really be a surprise.
But coming into the team, he's only had a few run-outs now in a Celtic jersey. Coming in looked good. Over the park, we've had a few dropouts for the last couple of weeks, and we handled it well. A trip up to Dingwall after a European game and all the rest of it, never going to be very easy. So I think the team handled it really well. I think we scored some. I used on the same as well. Credit to Rangers, coming off the back of a trip to fucking Holland as well. So that's no easy. I think overall throughout the park, a lot of good performances, some good goals scored as well. Mikey Johnson's goal, absolutely terrific. And one of the other takeaway, and I think the last talking point that is really something to go on about this game. Mikey Johnson, you're looking at one of a future Scotland international here. Great player, and for it, this is the conversation is sparking up. I see, conversations are big. There's people on Twitter suggesting, and I don't agree with this. There's people on Twitter suggesting that we drop arguably who has been our best player over the past 18 months in James Forrest for Mikey Johnson.
I mean, that's just insane.
That is insane. I wouldn't do it, but it just shows you the way that Mikey Johnson is winning over the fact. He's just been out. That's another.
Is Mikey Johnson? That's what I mean. He's just back as well.
4 month injury, 3-4 month injury.
Is there a question, Ryan? This one's just good. Is there a question surrounding Celtic's fitness with the amount of dropouts that they're having? Is fitness going to be a problem in the running for this? The amount of games that you're having to play. No, just in general for the season, for the cups,
I'd like to hope no. It just depends on how, the way you can look at it just now is they're protecting players because
tired.
You've got to. You've got the way you got to look at it is there could be a lot of protection. So we've got a massive game on Sunday. Look, the cup final is the priority. Key players like Morgan and that they're on out in this game if it means that we are playing our best on Sunday. And then beyond them, we can ask a question of how big will it affect the rest of the season? Because honestly, Neil Ennis came out and said Edouard should be in the team Sunday.
He will be. That's
Johnny Hayes will be back in the team Sunday. Blah 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 blah. It's looking good.
That's a madness as well, but fair enough.
I think that. What do you think is a madness?
Johnny Hayes in front of your £2 million left back, who was Scotland's best left back last year?
It just comes down to hard work, doesn't it? Johnny Hayes is, he's returned, the favour.
He's very good on the bench, the boy.
He's been sent out every time he's went on the park. He's had a hard work. I've never been able to sit back and go, wow, Johnny Hayes, what a terrible performance today. He's done well. For a guy who's not a natural left back, he's done really well.
Pizza.
And the eye looks like pizza as well. So, do you know what? The Celtic players are doing what's asked of them.
Can I say that out loud? Sorry, that's
hopefully after the cup final, we'll see how the team copes with the December schedule.
I just think it is very interesting, the fact that we're kind of approaching the nitty-gritty. The new, you have played a lot of games, we've played a lot of games, and a lot of your players are dropping. It is. I'm
absolutely. If it is Neil Lennon's decision to protect you, because we had a big game on Thursday night, and I don't know, you two might have not looked into it as much as a Celtic fan. Was the team that we sent out to play Rennes was a lot of people were complaining, they were concerned, and we went out and completely outplayed the winners of the French Cup last season with a far from best Celtic side. So if Neil Lennon's decision is to rest his best players for this cup final while these teams are still going out and getting results, I've got no complaints, because we need to put the priority right now in this 2-week period of time is going to try and win our 10th trophy in a row. We've already
overlooking Hamilton.
I'm not overlooking
Hamilton.
We will.
Shocking.
We know
come
how
on, let's move on for this nonsense.
Right, and that is the Celtic game in a nutshell. 4-1, still top of the league by 2 goals, but it is a close title challenge at the moment. We all know it.
Matching stride for stride, it seems to be, because obviously Rangers have had a lot of away games lately. Celtic's been able to sort of punch away with the goal difference at home, so now Rangers get a wee chance at home. That'd be nice, Spfl. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? They managed to bar up the goal, so it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens. But before we move on to the old predictions, which is always fun to talk about, we've obviously got the cup final to talk about. But before that, let's get our usual weekly roundup done. What is the goal of the week for yourself, Sharpdiv?
I'm stuck between two.
It's one goal as well, Ryan.
Can you come back to me?
Aye, mate, on you go. Ryan?
Mikey Johnson, no question.
Man.
Terrific run, splits the defence, fantastic finish. Takes, he sends the defenders to the shop. Mikey Johnson.
For me, I know. I kind of, I'm going to just try and make it a wee bit different, because obviously I picked Rangers because they've both scored the last couple of very good goals, the most recent. But I'm going to try and make it a wee bit different. I was actually very impressed with Motherwell's first goal. I like the cross to the back post. Cole gets up in between two centre-halves, basically jumps at them. Big boy header. I'll go for that one. The Banty Cole.
All right, fair enough. I don't think there was any outstanding goals. That's why I'm struggling to pick between the two. But I'm probably going to just go with Cosgrove's, because it was just so calm, collective, and he put it in the net.
See, he's left foot as well, just
left foot as well. So I'll go with that one.
Very good goal. Although he loves coming from Naismith's goal, by the way, and I did have that for Hibs, but I'm not sure. To me, it kind of looked like he tried to drill the cross, and I don't know if that's if he meant to hit it or anything like that. It just looks like a very strange position to shoot if you're going to be there. But we'll move on from there. Now let's go for our 5 players of the week. And I just want to remind everyone before we go to Ryan 118 first is the fact that he's talked up Greg Taylor for playing well at left back, but somehow still fit ball and goalie, and he's 5 players of the week. So Ryan, give us your 5.
Oh, you would never believe it. Ball and golly in at number 5, actually. The one thing I haven't done this week is actually picked an order, so I'm just going to give a 5. I found it was too... There was nobody... I don't feel like there was anybody who stood out enough to be like, they were the best. They were in rank it all. So I've just went with 5 players, quickly going through them. I've went for Joe Lewis of Aberdeen. Don't know if any of you would have put him in, but I've took Joe Lewis. I've got Alfredo Morelos in there, just goal scoring. I have got Greg Taylor in for a terrific performance at left back. I've got Ryan Christie in for another good performance. And finally, Gallagher of Motherwell in my top 5 players of the week.
Before we finish up with yourself, Div, I'll go. I was kind of struggling for a 5, kind of like you. I've got a 4, but I'm just going to throw in. I kind of want to go with.
I'm not going to go ball and goalie, are you?
Well, number 5, it's opened up, lads. Honestly, I'm so struggling. I kind of want to go Doyce just for the fact that he scored that big boy goal and he was a bit of a threat, but I'm going to keep it safe. I thought Kambiri was still Hibs' best player in the game. I know they didn't win, but for me, he was still the best Hibs player. Number 4, I went with Hartley for Motherwell. Gets another goal. Very, very defensively strong as well. Number 3, I went with Christie I thought he was a difference maker at a tough test versus County with that defending. Number 2, I went to Stephen Davis. I thought brilliant midfield performance for the first minute to the last. Arfield just misses out very, very unluckily, but I was very impressed with Davis. Even as the game went on, he just continued to get involved. And to make it a wee bit different, to try and mix things up and not always go for the obvious, I went with Joe Lewis at number 1. The penalty save and then the double rebound save. Yes, he should have been sent off, but he's basically got his team 3 points there on his end. So I'll go with Lewis.
Fair play. I've actually held him accountable for the red card, so I've not put him in mine for that simple reason. Because everything that happened afterwards shouldn't have happened. Sorry, big man. I've got Davis in at 5, Arfield 4, Christie at 3, Gallagher at 2, and Devante Cole at number 1. I thought he was...
Devante Cole, number 1. Rangers, Mad, Ryson, Naismith, Berra, Hickey, Stewart, and Barisic. Berra was very good for us. Cole just Thomas Slater just writes Cole at number 5. There we are. Perfect. Johnny Allen writes in Morelos, Davis, Christie, Johnson, and Cosgrove. It's probably a strong, but we're just gone for it there. We didn't try and make it a wee bit different. Bob Steele writes Stephen Davis, Alfie, Ryan Kitt, Joe Aribo, and Barisic.
I love the selection of teams there. Fantastic.
Well done, Bob. That was great. Cammy McFarlane writes in Lewis at number 5, Greg Taylor at number 4, number 3 is Kambiri, Dale Fabro at number 2. He was actually an honourable mention on my list, and Stephen Davis is number 1. And the last one we read comes from Thomas Lee, and sorry, he's filled out the rest of the comment. 5 for Cole, 4 Morelos, 3 Greg Stewart, 2 goes to Kent, and Bonnebear Barisic number 1. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to turn our attention very, very briefly to the final that's coming ahead, and then we're going to obviously finish up with the predictions for the weekend. So I just want to know what your mindsets are going into this final. Ryan, how do you feel Rangers are playing? How do you feel how do you feel going ahead to the final?
Well, it is hands down probably the biggest old firm since Rangers have returned to the top flight. I think apart from that initial first meeting in the Premiership that season after the whole semi-final back 2016 or the rest of it. I think this is the biggest since. And both teams go in on impeccable form. It's
dominating Europe as well.
I know, both teams are doing terrific in Europe. Both teams are joint in points, only separated by 2 goals at the top of the table. This has got hopefully we're not let down in a day, and we see a great quality game.
Can you imagine 0-0?
That's it could be if it is a 0-0, it'll be an entertaining one. I'm sure chances will just be missed left, right, centre. Honestly, I'm feeling, as a Celtic fan, of course, with 2 Rangers fans here. I'm feeling, not overly confident, but I'm feeling confident. I think the Celtic team have showed that they, the way we've played against teams like Lazio and Rennes, everything. We can do this. We've got a good record against Rangers at Hampden as of recent years. Good cup record, going for our 10th straight trophy, as you know. But Rangers will be hungry to stop that. The only thing for me that I don't know if you would agree, the only thing for me about Rangers is I still believe that the defence, especially down the middle, is shaky enough for us to, get by, score a couple. That's about it. That's the only thing I think separates us right now. That's the middle of the Rangers defence. I'm confident for Celtic.
Depends if they're nervous.
If you like. I don't think there'll be any nerves on the Celtic side, personally, and I think we will be walking away with our 10th trophy in a row. But, of course, I'm going to say that. So that's how, briefly, if you want me to keep it brief, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, Ryan, on the other end, on the other end, how you feel going into the game, and also how do you feel Celtic? Everything that's gone into the game as well. So flipped it.
I think it's incredibly hard to judge how this is going to go. If you look at the stats so far, we've scored a similar amount of goals. I think we've conceded the exact same amount of goals domestically as well. But I'm still confident, as you are, Ryan. I'm confident, and I'm not overly confident as well. I think this is going to be a tough game, and I think whoever does take their chances is going to get it. I think it could be tight. It genuinely could be anything, couldn't it? It could be tight, or it just could be a goals fest.
You never look
preferably.
There's always that chance that it could be fucking 3 goals each side. Or whatever, you don't know.
For me, preferably, I would like it to be kind of tightish, and then Rangers to take these into the later parts of the game and then take it through fitness, because I do believe that we are a fitter team, and I just think that would be a great way for us to win. And I think that Alfredo will be a difference, but I think majorly it is going to be one in the midfield, because in the only other Old Firm of the season so far, Gerrard did get it wrong. I think he would kind of concede that he got it wrong. He tried to nullify Celtic rather than match them and see if we are better. So we will see. That's still an unanswered question.
And
but me personally,
back.
I do believe that we will have enough in the middle of the park to control the game. And it'll be very exciting. It'll be incredible. I just hope that Wednesday's fixtures don't impact Sunday's game. For example, one of the top players in the fixture getting injured or something like that. It's going to be very tight, but I'm confident that we're going to take the
That's one thing we spoke about before we came on, didn't we? We spoke about how these Wednesday games are just a pain coming up for this. We should be looking after
not necessarily that the Wednesday games are a pain, but just before the cup final, I think it's a
nightmare. Before the usually I wouldn't mind.
Preferably what you would like is the two teams who are going to be playing the final to have a week off, a week to prepare, to recover, and then they just go in all guns blazing into that final. It's on the telly. It's a big spectacle for Scottish football. It's a big advert for us. But there is still a potential that one of your top players are going to get injured, and then that leaves way for excuses and all that sort of stuff. Whereas if everybody was able to be fresh, we go in, we see who's the best, and that's it.
May I just quickly add before CJ goes on, just quickly ask, are you going to the game yourself, Tiv?
I don't have a ticket, mate, unfortunately. So if anybody out there would like to offer your man something, obviously I'll pay for it, do you know what I mean? But if you would like to offer,
just give it for free, yeah.
If you want to give it for free, I mean, I'll do that as well. But if anybody's got a ticket,
I was hoping I was going to be in the opposite end for you. There we go.
I'm sure I'll be able to smell you.
I just want to ask, because a lot of people is bringing up in the comment section, the old referee, Gollum.
Who is it? Gollum? Is that
Willie?
Willie.
So that's advantage. So you're basically 1-0 up.
Then he was not that wee Willie Pearson.
No. Is that someone for doing your road?
I'll send that into the chat. I'm just wondering if any use. Anyway, continue with your thing, sorry.
I just wanted to ask because Willie, he's known to ruin a good game of football.
Yep.
I know like the majority of them do, but still, Willie is quite well known for ruining football matches, and I genuinely feel like his arrogance and everything like he will want to put himself in centre stage, and I can see something. I don't know which side it's going to be on, but obviously it's leaning to one side because that's what he does. But I feel like it's going to be ruined.
No,
what?
One side. What side are you on here? No.
Come on.
Do you know what? I could have maybe gave you Thompson a wee tiny bit when he was still a referee. But no, Willie,
don't you ever
a chance?
Oh, come on, he's brutal.
I've sent him into the chat, by the way, on Twitter, guys. If you like, get back to me if you know.
I will do, mate. I'll get back to you in a second. But I just want to say very, very briefly now. You're funny. Yep, I just checked. Well done, Ryan. Just Dev just threw me completely off the boil there. I can't remember what I'm saying. Thanks for what he just said in the group there. Appreciate it. But last but not least, in the old Cup final, I do think it's going to be a good game, but I do think it's stupid the way the schedule's done. Gone up to Pittodrie one day and the Lions get a home game. That's bullshit. What's the SFA even doing, man? Horrendous. But anyway, we'll move on to what our bread and butter is. It's always the funnest part, and I like to see your guys' predictions as well, so make sure we get involved. I'm not going to ask you for your predictions in the final, lads. I'm not going to do that, Tees. I'm not going to do that. But I will ask you very, very briefly who you think is going to be the man of the match ahead of the game. I want to know who's going to be the player, just to make it a wee bit different, because obviously we're going to be predicting games. Make it a wee bit different. Who's going to be the difference maker? Ryan, man of the match, cup final. Who you go?
If he starts, Mikey Johnson. If he doesn't start, I'm going to go for Scott Brown.
I'm going to go for Stephen Davis, but I think people overlook him for the guy who wins it with the goals, and that'll be your man.
Morelos, aye. Just to predict, I'm not going to tell you my scoreline, obviously, because I think Morelos I think it's his moment. The man's what he's doing to top European defenders.
We're waiting 3 years now.
Aye, but he's fucking 23, mate. Give him a break. You know what I mean? He's been dealing with a lot of shit. Okay,
will it be the day he scores against Celtic? Will it?
Well, even if he doesn't, mate. Even if he doesn't, he's still proving himself.
Oh, he's doing in European football, man. He's literally the highest ranked player in the Europa League. He's frightening. He's doing it against the best, and he's showing it every week. But
Fraser Foster.
Then you talk about him, or I'll bring
Speak
up.
up.
Speak up, son, when you're fucking talking to me. But anyway, let's move on to the last games. The games we're going to be actually predicting then. I'm seeing a lot of Ryan Jack and a lot of Ryan Ketlove in the comments. But on you go, Ryan. Which ones are we going to be predicting from Wednesday's game? Not the weekend, obviously.
Wednesday's games. Well, prediction time. We are starting with a match which is going to be, I'm sure, riveting. St Mirren versus Motherwell at St Mirren Park. CJ, kick us off.
I am going to go with an entertaining 2-2.
Oh, lovely job.
2-2. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce that this is going to be my 0-0 of the Wednesday. Yep. I think it's going to be a 0-0. I know Motherwell like to score goals. St Mirren
like to create goals.
Yeah, I like to try and score goals. I just see something being in the Paisley air that night, making it a 0-0. Div.
I'm going to go for Motherwell to sneak it 2-1. I would have probably went for a high scoring draw as well, but I just can't see St Mirren scoring that many goals.
That might be just...
So 2-1.
Sorry, mate. Darryl writes in 2-1 to well, so he agrees with you. Ian Stewart goes 2-0 St Mirren. Connor goes 2-1 well. A lot of love coming in from Motherwell in this. Mike G writes in 2-0. Bob Steele also goes 2-1 Motherwell. Adam Oliver, 2-1 Motherwell. You're seeing a scoreline here, ladies and gentlemen, posted numerous times. JP clearly goes for 2-1 the well as well. So that's it. Done and dusted with that one. 2-1 it's going to finish. Ryan, next game.
By the way, just very quickly, a wee shout out for subscribers, David and Murdo. Would kill me if I done that. Ross County versus Hibs. Just have to get it done and out the road. Love them. Ross County Hibs and Dingwall. Celtic went the other morning, and escaped with a win. Well, Hibs escaped with a win. Div.
3-1 Hibs.
3-1 to the Hibs. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Hibs win. I think it's going to be a very clean victory for the Hibs. CJ.
Ryan, what's the teams that's playing, mate? I zoned out there, mate.
Listen, this is your show, son.
Honestly, it's past an hour now. My batteries are running out.
Ross County Hibs.
Oh, fuck. 3-0 Hibs.
Oh, you're copying me for fuck's sake.
No, but that defence is dog shit, man. Honestly, I'm very, very disappointed. Right. Connor Mitchell writes in 2-1 Hibs. Scottish Trekkie writes in 3-1 Hibs. Andy Barclay writes in 2-0 County. Nice. Cammy McFarlane also backs County to win this game 2-1. And Chrissy Ladyweed writes in 2-0 Hibs. I just want to say, by the way, I'm picking Hibs to win so comfortably because Jack Ross has always been good away from home. Like, if you check his record, I don't know why that is. I don't know, maybe it's his style of play or anything like that, but it seems to be better away from him than him, so I think they're going to pick up some points. All right. Next.
Right. Next game, Rugby Park, Kilmarnock versus bottom of the table, St Johnstone. CJ.
5-0 Kilmarnock. Dead and buried. Stay down.
I'm going to go for a Kelly win. Not as heavy though. I'm going to say 2-0 Kelly.
And I'm going to go 3, Ryan. 3-0.
I swear to God, see if it's 4-0 in the 90th minute, there's a penalty I should get. I'm going to be fuming.
Can I just quickly add, out of 9 predictions so far, we have claimed there's going to be 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games with clean sheets. And that's including, 2 teams in the 1 game keeping a clean sheet. Out of our 9 predictions.
Can I just say as well, the last time I won the predictions is a midweek game when I picked everyone else to finish 1-0 and 0-0. Remember that week? So I've just flipped it. I went goals galore.
Goals galore, you have indeed. So far, 4 goal, 3 goal, 5 goal.
I'm picking goals, mate. Hodgie racing 3-0 to Kelly. Peter Ramsey 1-0 Kilmarnock. Glenn G 18 racing 3-0 Kelly. An entertaining 6-goal thriller comes from Scott McCauley. There's 3-3. I hope we're talking about that on the next show, by the way. Matthew Duff writes in 5-2 to Kelly. And the last one we'll read out, I will scroll. Well, there's loads coming in. John Kisser, right? Div is right. It's going to finish 3-0.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
heading over to Pittodrie now for Aberdeen versus Rangers. We spoke about it briefly earlier. And Div, would you like to kick us off?
I go 3-0 Rangers. I don't think that Aberdeen will have enough to handle us in the midfield. I don't think they'll get enough bodies forward to support Cosgrove, and I think we'll have too much for them. 3-0.
Well, I already briefly spoke on it earlier, saying how I don't think Aberdeen are close to Rangers in terms of competing. So I do echo basically everything Div said there, and I'm going to go with 2-0, just for the fact I think Rangers will keep it slow-tempoed.
Simmer for the weekend. I get me. I'm not obviously going to tell you my prediction. If you want my prediction, you have to come the day before. But what I will say is, in fact, the day before is tomorrow. See tomorrow. I agree with what Div's saying there about keeping Cosgrove isolated. The last couple of times we've heavily beat Aberdeen, that's exactly what we've done. We've put Katic on them twice and just never gave them even sniff anything in the air. So I think that'll be a similar tactic because Rangers seem to have figured that out just to quiet him down a little bit. But again, the prediction will be in tomorrow's video. But the first one comes in, I've saw is Reece Ferguson, and he writes in 3-1 to Rangers. Kerr writes in 3-0 Rangers. Callum 4-0 Rangers. JVC Cam writes in Aberdeen 0, Rangers 4. Rangers fan, ya bam. Writes in 3-0. Big Wall writes in 3-0 Rangers. And the last one we'll read out. Oh my God, there's a lot just came in there. Glenn G writes in Stuart to score against them 3-0. There it is.
Right. Parkhead, the other side, the other top.
Of course, you have a home game before a final.
Yep, that's it. Celtic versus Hamilton Academico. CJ, would you like to kick us off?
An easy game at Parkhead. I can't find that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'll go. I think you're going to blitz them, but at the same time, though, as the night you're going to come out of second gear because obviously you'll be saving a wee bit. There'll be rested people. There'll be a lot of changes. Solid 2-0.
2-0 win.
Hamilton.
Saying the same. Do you want me to change that there?
DJ, that's ridiculous. Come on. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to
go 1-0 Hamilton, right?
Scenes when Ryan goes 3-0
Hamilton. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Celtic win. I know it suggests that we'll blitz them, but I do think as well, as I said about Rangers, I don't see the team going over the top with this, but we will get the job done. I think we will win. Div, what is your score prediction?
Told you, mate.
All right. Throw away a point there.
Yeah, Matthew Duff writes in 8-0, sorry, to Celtic. That's a big boy scoreline. Scottish Tricky writes in 6-2. That'd be also an interesting game to watch. Adam Oliver writes in 6-0 Celtic. 4-0 Celtic comes in there from Lewis McLean. And the last one is Thomas Lee writes in 0-0 Celtic to sit in. That'd be an interesting setup. Neil Lennon. We'll just keep it tight against Hamilton. That'd be again a wee flip.
Is that us, Ryan?
No, we've got one more game to speak about. Saved the absolute best to last. It's Hearts versus Livingston.
Oh my God, we done, pal. This is my 0-0 game. This is it.
Both of you going for the 0-0.
Here.
Both of you going for the 0-0. Here's the question. Will it be McPhee's last game in charge?
No. I'm leaving go see it. I don't think it will be because they're that bad.
I'm going to
kind of hope that it is, and then Anne Budge is there next week. I hope that she just appoints herself.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Hearts win.
You just tell me just hold my breath. How long for?
It's a bit vicious.
I know, it's fucking...
Right, that's it.
Fret. That's a bit harsh.
Done.
Predictions done and dusted there. There's a horn. That's the klaxon to show that
the show.
Ladies
and gentlemen.
You and
that's me on double time now. That's what that is.
the checks on the post. 3-0 comes in there for Ewan. Lewis writes in 1-0 to Livy. Thomas Lee writes in 4-1 to Livy. Ewan goes 3-0 to Livy. A lot of people's backing Livy to get their first win in 11 games. But Callum agrees with me and Dev 0-0. And Hodgie also agrees it's a draw. However, he thinks it's going to be 1-1. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have went an hour, 8 minutes strong. Now, granted, about 7 minutes of that was us going, can you hear us now? Can you? Hello? He's there. But
I'm glad my Wi-Fi made it to the end.
I don't know why, man. That was weird, man. I was struggling for a bit as well. But anyway, you want to tell them where they can find you on the internet, mate? Right.
I didn't know who you were talking to there. Can I make that clearer? You can find me as it says underneath my name somewhere. There we go. That's
the blue box.
The blue box. There you go.
There you are.
There.
If you want to put Rangers in there, so when we win at the weekend, we can just point to that.
If you want to go and watch some videos, Ryan118 is the name on Twitter and Instagram at RyanStephenF. And I look forward to speaking to you both on Monday night. Could be happy, could be sad. One thing
Probably not come up. Probably not be here.
Sure, I will probably still be on the piss, but we'll get there.
There we are. And Div, where can I find you, mate?
YouTube.com/sharpdiv on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the lot.
TikTok, mate? You over at TikTok? No, you haven't. Have you actually?
What?
No, you haven't, Div.
Of course I have. It's fucking amazing. Anyway, let's go.
I can't wait to see it. But anyway, lads, I've been Siege over 92. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on Monday. And bye. And this is the awkward part because we're still on live right now. Like,